Hello, hello, hello. This is getting weird. This is we're going down the AI music rabbit hole thing. I've been messing around with the Suno website. It looks something like this. This is my library that I've created at the moment, and I've become. I've done previous videos on this. I've been quite enamoured by the whole AI music thing, but I'm coming from it from a different angle. I found some old tunes that I'd recorded many years ago, back in 1994. And so what I did is I loaded it in to Suno and asked it to do a cover of said tune. And that's what we're going to listen to, a little bit of that now. So I'm going to put the headphones of shame on and we're going to have a little listen. I'm going to play you a snippet of the original track, which was called Chinese Dragon. I don't know why. I think it's because it had some sort of, I don't know, Chinese vibe going to it. I don't even know how I recorded it. But here's the original. This is the original, right? Which sounds like this. You get the gist of it. I don't know how I recorded it. I think it may have been using something called a Yamaha QY10, because that was a little synthesizer thing I think I had a long time ago. Maybe it was, yeah, about that time, about 94. So yeah, I loaded that into Suno and I asked it to, cover it and turn it into something else. And it did its magic, and it turned it into this. Yeah, so it turns one thing into another thing. So I thought, well, that sounds fun. I mean, it did a couple of iterations, but I like that one. So then I thought, I know. I know. Why don't I load that into Logic like you do, which I did. Here it is in Logic. But then I stripped out a lot of the elements and replaced the drums and the bass and I added some rhythm guitars to it. And so I've turned it into something else. I've turned it into this. So you got some MIDI drums and added some bass to it, like you do. And the only thing I kept was the synth part, and I kept that because coming up there's some nice trumpet parts coming up. And just fast forward. So yeah, you get the gist of it. You get the gist of it. Now, what is this? The question is, I mean, I'll upload the full version of it for you. I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's a serious piece of music. I don't know what it. That's the thing. I don't know what it is. What is this? Because it's an actual piece of music that existed, that was in a certain style, which was then loaded into Suno, which turned into something else, and then I've stripped it back and added a human element to it. So, I mean, if it was a pie chart, I'd say there's only, I'm just looking at the elements, there's maybe only 1/5 of the AI still in it. So is it still AI? Is it more human than AI? Is it an AI-human collaboration? But it just got me thinking. It's a new way of composing. You know, it's a new way. If you've got something that, I don't know, didn't work, and I've got loads of bits of nonsense, again, stuff that was so bad, and I've loaded it into Suno. You know, this is just like my early days of recording. I've loaded it in, and it goes, maybe you wanted it to sound like this. And you go, I can hear it, but it sounds just totally divorced from it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, what do you think? I'm opening it up to the floor. Again, I don't know if I'll get much feedback on this, because I don't know if these videos are particularly popular. But what do you think? Is this legitimate? Is this a legitimate art form now? Is this a legitimate way of making music? Or is this cheating? What is this? Is this AI being used as a tool? Am I using it as a tool? Or is it, you know, something else? Is it something that should be avoided? I'm in two minds. Part of me is like thrilled by it, because it's taken a piece that I was never going to put out and kind of recontextualized it, you know, in a way that I could never imagine. Because it looks at the melodic lines and that, and just says, well, let's do it with guitars or whatnot, and does that, and also adds a little bit of, you know, a few melodic flourishes like the trumpets, which I would never have considered. You know, it's not something in my sound palette. I kept them in because I did do it on the keyboard, you know. But it didn't sound as good as their trumpets. I like their trumpets sound good. My trumpet didn't sound it sounded a bit more, you know, like a sample. And I really like that. They did sound kind of like a human trumpet, which I enjoyed. So yeah, I mean, I'm in two minds. Part of me thinks it's brilliant, and part of me is like disgusted by it, because it's like, yeah, but is it real? Is it real? Or is it not? You know, I don't know. It's kind of got a bit of a moral quandary on. But then there's another part of me thinks this is a really cool way of, you know, kind of jumping in different directions with music. You know, you can load it. I mean, I've done it with loads of my own stuff on the live stream that I've done. You know, in different, you know, load of tuning and, you know, recontextualize it in different styles, which is frighteningly clever. So yeah, I mean, I'm just showing you one of the potential uses of AI if you've not considered it. You know, if you are a musician, again, this isn't an advert for Suno, not by any stretch. It's just the first one I found, and they allow you to take the stems out and, you know, remix in your own time. That's why I'm using it. I don't know if there are any other services that allow that. That's the first one I settled on. But yeah, if you are a musician, I don't know, of any grade, consider this. Consider this a way of using AI. Again, a lot of people with no musical experience have been using Suno to create their own songs, throwing lyrics in that they've written and let it generate songs. But if you already play, maybe you've got a song that isn't going anywhere, you can load it into Suno. It can do a cover version. You can type what style you're in. I just said, make it, kind of like a guitar, bass, and drums. I didn't really give it that many parameters, and it added the trumpets itself. But you can go in there and tell it what instruments and what style you want, and it will, like I say, throw it out at you. And then you can, pull it apart like I've done and rehumanize it. And I think that's, well, for me, it just means I can just carry on making gibberish music forever. I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to run out of ideas because, I've got folders and folders of stuff that, I can load into it, see what it throws out, see what I can add to it and recreate. But is it AI generated? Is it human generated? What is this? Is this a new form of music, a new form of writing music? I don't know. Is it acceptable? Is it unacceptable? That is the quandary I'm throwing to the floor. So if you have any ideas, listen to the track. I'll upload the track separately and you can listen to that in its full form. Again, it's nothing wonderful. I just soloed over it and just had a bit of a laugh with it. I think you saw it in a previous video, but I was just mucking around with it. I'll upload the final version, the final version, and yeah, you can leave your opinion. What do you think? Is this a way of using AI productively, or should we steer clear of it? Let me know in the comments box below. I think it's cool. I think it's cool, but like I said, there's a part of me that thinks it's cheating because I'm so used to having to do everything, But again, we use drum loops and stuff like that, but there's part of me thinks I'm kind of cheating by getting these ideas from AI. I don't know, but it was my idea to begin with. What do you think? Let me know in the comments box below. Hopefully you found this useful. If you haven't, I'm sorry. Please like and subscribe. I feel dirty now. And we'll do something like this again, I suppose. Okay, ta-ta.